What's going on, guys? Matt Schaeffer back here from Musaic Design in Lewes, Delaware with another build, this time a 2019 Escalade using Escort and AL priority laser diffusers. So let's get right to it. Starting with the front end of the car, we have 3 laser diffusers installed in the front end using AL priority. Kind of tough to see, but this is with our stealth package. So we have 4 different acrylic plates here that are built into the front grille to conceal our diffusers. Now this material is made out of the same material that you see on the front of the diffuser. So the diffuser can emit through this plastic fine, but it's built in. So again, you can't tell anything is installed in the front end of the car. When people generally install this category, one, they do it wrong because they'll just, double stick tape the sensor up there, where in this case, nothing here is going to be level because the grille's not level, it slopes up. So you can't really just stick it up there. We have an AL priority regular diffuser up here, and then we have our TX, which is right here, I believe, or right here. The other one is just a dummy plate to blend the other side in together. So again, the front end, you can't see anything. It's completely ghosted into the front. And then of course we have our Escort Max CI radar detection right here. So this is going to be our front receiver. We have the rear receiver in the back behind the rear bumper. So again, completely ghosted into the front. You would have no idea. Looks like it's a factory option. Now as far as the rear goes, a little bit more difficult in order to conceal it, but we still did it in a way that you would never think it actually is what it is. So in most cases, this would be the most optimum spot, which would be here above the license plate. In this case, that can't be done because you have the button, which pops the glass, the hatch, and then you have your lighting here for this. Obviously, you could put one here, but you can't put one here, and we wanted to do 2 in the back. So the next idea would be obviously down here. So most people would probably go down here to where these lights are, but you really don't want them that low. So we had to come up with a new solution, which it seemed like the best option was going to be in the factory tailgate handle. So again, factory handle, we made a template, a jig, in order to hand router this opening here. And then we loaded it with that same acrylic. And both of these load right in, they pop right in, and then the diffuser sits directly behind it. Of course, level, heading straight down the road. So seeing that it's that integrated into this location, you would never know that this is essentially what it is. So first and foremost, going over the Escort display, again, this is an Escort Max CI platform. So this is the Escort radar without the laser diffusers. So we decided to kind of pair this with the AL priority together because the client likes having the display readout of the physical radar portion. So again, this is going to show you strength of signal, all that kind of stuff, what you're getting hit by. Also kind of keeps track of your speed, which is pretty cool. This whole panel was completely built. So this whole Alcantara panel was added, and we used a smoked acrylic in order to display our Escort. So this looks factory, and if the unit is off, that just looks like a black, shiny gloss black panel. Looks like it's a factory option within the car. So you would never have an idea that there is a system installed in here. We put both of our controllers right in this area here. So this seemed like the best place. We built this removable insert here. So that's an Alcantara suede to match the factory Alcantara that you see in the vehicle. And we did that design because it matched the design of the factory insert that was previously in here. So both of our AL priority controller and our Escort controller is mounted in the bottom of the panel. So again, this can just go in there and completely hide the stuff, so you would never know anything is installed in the vehicle. This is for states where this is technically, illegal. panel comes out, you can control what you need to control. And both of these also connect through Bluetooth to your phone. So you could also control both of these units through a phone app and never have to, pull this up. Obviously, you have your Escort here, which shows you what's going on. You have your AL priority LED, which it's kind of tough to see. I can overlay a picture here where it's easier to see. We built a factory speaker adapter that went here. There's no speaker there anymore. We have the LED mounted into the adapter, which then reflects off the windshield. So you have your heads-up display there, and you have your LED reflecting off the windshield right here. So it keeps everything in sight, right? We have our Escort, we have our heads-up display, and then you have your AL priority LED, which would illuminate right here, keeping everything within eyesight of where you're driving. Also, everything completely hidden. This is how we always like to tackle these units. Obviously, this is something where you really don't want everything to be shown. You don't want the diffusers to be shown. You want everything to be undetectable. That's why we choose the systems that we do. And this is what you would call our optimum type of setup. So as far as the laser diffusers, it's going to protect you against the Dragon Eye gun, which is why we do a minimum of 3 diffusers in the front. To beat a variable pulse rate gun, you have to use a minimum of 3 diffusers for the most part in the front of the car. Laser works a lot different than it used to. Now they use a variable pulse width that's basically going all over the front of the car automatically in order to find the weakest spot to come back to the gun. So that's why, one, having a good install in this category is essential, because if it's not installed well, you're not going to diffuse the signal, right? It's going to find a headlight, it's going to find something and get back. So you have to find the most optimum spots in order to install the equipment. That way it works for you, especially with a lot of the newer guns that are out there. Same thing with the Escort side of things. They still have an excellent laser platform, but in this case, we wanted to use the AL priority. As far as the Escort radar goes, again, it's going to protect you against red light cameras, speed light cameras, all that kind of stuff, and it's going to filter out all the nonsense. So, the typical you're going this speed on the side of the road sign, it's not going to false and it's not going to pick that up. Another great thing about the Escorts is it's firmware updatable, and it's also self-learning. So if the car emits a certain frequency, in most cases, it can filter that out. And at the same time, cars that might get released in the future, like a Volvo in 2022, may emit a certain frequency. Well, this is firmware updatable to the fact that it can filter that out in the future if it becomes a problem. So again, this is updatable. That's why older systems don't work anymore. If they weren't firmware updatable, systems from 10 years ago, they false all the time, because we have cars like the Escalade or, Volvos or other vehicles like that that are going to emit K-band signals, are going to emit laser signals, are going to emit all sorts of crap with the collision avoidance, with adaptive cruise control. That's why it's so imperative to have a system like this so it actually works and it alerts you when there is a threat. So look into this. If you had the idea that it's going to false with doors and all that kind of crap, that's all in the past. This is going to go off when there's actually a threat. That's why the newer systems are imperative, and you have to have a newer system to work in the modern day with all of these cars with these different signals being emitted. Thank you guys for checking out this build. We did a massive audio build in this. I'm going to link the video in the description below. So if you're interested in seeing probably one of the best audio systems that you can install in an Escalade, check that out in the description below. Also, wait for the video to end and you'll see the thumbnail for this video. Thank you guys for following us. Always appreciate your feedback. If you wanted to do a project in your car, you can contact me. Here is my email, followed by my phone number. These are 2 great points of contact for me personally. You can also follow us on Instagram. Here's our 3 handles: Sound Effects Home Car, that's the shop; Musaic Design, and then we have @TheRealMattyS, which is my personal Instagram handle. Make sure you subscribe and like and comment on our videos. It really helps us out. And hit that bell if you want to be notified when we post a new video. I got another massive radar build coming up here shortly in a Porsche GT3, and a massive audio build coming in the same car. So make sure you hit the bell in order to be notified when those videos drop. Like always, guys, I really appreciate the feedback, and until next time. Also, make sure you check out our website, musaicdesign.com. That is going to have a tab dedicated to this category, radar, so you can see a lot of the jobs we've done in the past. Maybe it's in a car that you have, maybe it's a car similar to what you've had. You can see the different ways we can install them and the different takes we've had on each individual car. You can search by make and manufacturer to see the different builds we've done. It is also linked to all the YouTube videos we've done for that respective build. So it's the best way to quickly search any kind of job that we've ever done on a car and see the full detailed explanation and detailed build log of each individual job. Thank you guys so much for the support, and until next time.
Forgetting you don't love me no more. Keep forgetting.